Enjoy this illustrated explainer video about guide dogs for the blind.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some are furry and walk on 4 legs.
A yellow lab guide dog in harness.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe everyone deserves to live the life they want to live and to move through the world safely and confidently. Which is why we match people who are blind or visually impaired living in the US or Canada with exceptional guide dogs at no cost to them.
A person with a guide dog.
We even help with veterinary bills and ongoing essential support. We create these life-changing partnerships entirely through private donations and with the help of thousands of volunteers. And of course, with our incredible dogs.
A group of people with dogs.
Our dogs are guide dogs at the DNA level. We breed them specifically to do this work.
2 dogs and a DNA helix.
At 3 days old, our dogs start spending time with volunteers called puppy socializers.
A person with a newborn puppy.
Being a puppy socializer isn't just a dream job. It's how we help our puppies get comfortable being around humans.
A volunteer interacts with puppies.
At 8 to 10 weeks, puppies go live with volunteer puppy raisers.
A puppy raiser receives a puppy.
These volunteers dedicate a year of their lives to get these dogs ready for more advanced training.
The dog matures.
When the dogs come back to the school, our world-class staff teach them the complex skills required to become successful guide dogs.
2 GDB instructors train dogs.
After about 12 weeks of training, a dog is matched with their person.
A person hugs a guide dog.
This matching process is part art and part science, and always quite remarkable. Our clients and dogs undergo 2 weeks of personalized training together and begin to form a magical and lasting bond.
A person and guide dog in caps and gowns.
After graduating, clients return home with their guide dogs, empowered to enjoy their lives with greater mobility, independence, and inclusion.
3 scenes of people with their guide dogs at home, work, and play.
None of this would be possible without the generosity of our extended community of volunteers and donors.
A group of people and dogs.
To learn more about supporting our life-changing mission, visit us online.
GDB logo and URLs. guidedogs.com and gdbinternational.ca.
Enjoy a peek into Guide Dogs for the Blind's Puppy Center, where 2 yellow lab puppies romp in an indoor play area full of colorful structures and a variety of toys.
Meet Kylie. She happens to be blind. That may seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how awkward people can be around her.
Kylie waits at a bus stop with her guide dog. A woman looks at her quizzically. Question marks appear over the woman's head.
So here are some tips to keep us all moving through the world safely and confidently. Always speak directly to a person with a visual impairment, not their guide dog. Remember, that dog has a job to do.
Good morning.
Hello.
Would you like directions to an open seat?
Sure.
There's 2 rows back on your left.
Thanks.
Kylie gets on the bus with her guide dog and sits across from a woman and child.
Oh, Mom, don't pet that dog. It's working.
Now at the office.
At our office, Kylie's colleagues make sure to introduce themselves when they enter the room and to let her know when they leave.
Sarah stands in the doorway of Kylie's office.
Hi, Kylie. It's Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Did you see the latest episode of Bachelorette on Mars?
I can't believe Abe got put in the spaceship. I thought for sure it would be Lenny.
Thought bubble with a bachelor on a spaceship.
Same.
Are we still on for a shopping trip over lunch?
Yep. I'll see you then. Bye.
Speak directly to people with visual impairments rather than speaking to their friend, their guide dog, or anyone else. And be specific when providing directions.
A boutique storefront. Sales associate with Sarah and Kylie.
Hello, how can I help you?
Actually, it's my friend Kylie who needs help.
And what is she looking for?
She is looking for jeans.
Oh, they're over there. I mean, just ahead of you a few steps. Boyfriend jeans are on the left and mom jeans are on the right.
A restaurant.
Kylie's looking forward to a date with her boyfriend, James.
Kylie, James, and guide dog wait to be seated.
Sorry, no animals allowed in the restaurant.
Actually, guide dogs are allowed anywhere the general public is allowed.
Oh, right this way then.
Kylie and James sit at a table with the dog chilling on the floor like a good doggo.
Hey, Kylie, do you want me to read the menu to you?
Sure. Thank you.
James and Kylie with their food.
This smells amazing.
Should I describe where things are?
Yes, please.
There's spicy chicken curry and rice at the top of your plate and braised greens at the bottom. Your wine is above the plate to the right.
So good.
Kylie gives a romantic smile to James. Spinach in her teeth.
Honey, you have spinach in your teeth.
Thanks so much for letting me know.
Let's let Kylie and James enjoy their dinner. For more information and helpful tips, visit guidedogs.com.
Is this on? Oh my gosh, that's very loud. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome. We are here live streaming from the beautiful Oregon campus. Let's see. Who here is on the Oregon campus or at graduation for the first time today? Ooh, nice. We have a number of graduates raise their hands, so welcome. And some people in the audience as well, so welcome. And even a staff member, welcome. First graduation. Excellent. And, you know, some of you, I'm sure it's like your, 600th graduation. Welcome. We love having you here. We're here to celebrate one new graduate from the Orientation and Mobility Program and 4 new graduates from our guide dog program. But before we do that, I want to talk a little bit about some people who make this possible. And the first group of people is our puppy raisers. We literally could not do this without you guys. I see some future prospects in the audience. Welcome to those pups as well. And we'll get to hear from some of our puppy raisers during graduation today as they present their newly graduating guide dogs. Next, I want to say thank you to our donors. Guide Dogs for the Blind does not receive any government funding, and so we can do this because of the generosity of our donors. So thank you to our donors. I want to give a special thank you to Lillian Tremoroli for her generous sponsorship of a harness for each graduate for the year 2025. Can we give her a round of applause? It's huge. Thank you. And finally, I want to say thank you to our employees and our volunteers here on campus, whether it's working with our dogs or in administration, working with our clients. You guys make this possible, so thank you. We have a lot of our employees here today, including a lot of our kennel staff. Hi, guys. Welcome. Thank you for taking such wonderful care of these dogs. We're going to share a short video about our mission. The video is audio described, so in addition to the narrator, you'll hear another voice that's describing what's happening. This is an inclusive feature that ensures everyone has access to enjoy the video.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe that everyone deserves to move through the world safely and confidently, to live the life they want to live.
A man and his guide dog walk through a park.
Our life-changing programs meet people who are blind or visually impaired wherever they are along their journey, whether that's by matching individuals with highly qualified guide dogs, providing guide dog readiness skills in our Orientation and Mobility Immersion program.
A man holds a white cane and smiles broadly.
Or pairing youth and adults with the companionship of a canine buddy.
A young girl cuddles with her canine buddy.
Together, we are GDB.
My name is Renee Carrasco. My dog's name is Snoopy.
Renee sits in front of a fireplace.
So the reason that I wanted to get a guide dog was because I came across some videos from Guide Dogs for the Blind, and that was my introduction to guide dog travel.
Renee and Snoopy walk along a city sidewalk and cross a street at an intersection.
What I saw was the ease of travel, the speed that the guide dog handler would move with. That's what I wanted for myself. And not only that, but it was also the companionship.
Renee and Snoopy play with a tug toy outside in the yard.
Working with Snoopy has changed my life dramatically because there's so much freedom that comes along with having a guide dog. It's made the hard parts of blindness not so hard.
Renee sits next to Snoopy and gives him a pat on the chest.
I feel like my outlook on life and the world is so much more positive having Snoopy in my life.
My name is Amit Ahuja and my guide dog's name is Tashi.
I had the opportunity to complete Guide Dogs for the Blind's Orientation and Mobility Immersion Program.
Amit stands on a path with his white cane.
And not only did it help me learn to navigate my environment more safely using a white cane, it also made me an even more confident guide dog handler.
My experience was just fabulous.
Amit and his O&M instructor analyze an intersection and cross a city street.
We trained in different locations, practiced different skills, worked out a way to analyze a traffic crossing. I think GDB has transformed my life. To say that it's meeting my needs would be an understatement.
My name is Ella, and this is my canine buddy, Lafferty.
Ella sits on the floor of a living room next to a black lab.
Lafferty is just so amazing in many ways. He's such a good boy. He brings me so much joy and is one of my best friends.
With kids with visual impairments,
Ella's mom, Christy McKerney.
The struggle is real for social contact. It's hard to make friends sometimes. And with Lafferty, he's an automatic draw for all kids, which is wonderful. Lafferty has totally opened up, for Ella, new social connections.
Back to Ella.
I would recommend canine buddies. They're just really good dogs, and they can change a person's life and make it better.
All of Guide Dogs for the Blind services are provided free of charge, and our work is made possible by the generous support of our donors and volunteers.
Renee sits next to Snoopy on the grass in the park.
We receive no government funding.
This organization has made such a huge impact on my life and the lives of so many countless people, and the donors are the ones that make that possible.
Close-up of Snoopy.
Thank you so much.
Ella and Lafferty.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Amit and his guide dog Tashi sit on a beach and watch the sunset.
Together, we are unstoppable. To learn more about our life-changing programs and to support our work, please visit guidedogs.com or scan the QR code.
Our training staff that worked with the guide dog clients. We have apprentice instructor Kathleen and qualified instructor Savannah and our training class supervisor Candace. And I'm going to hand the microphone to her. And I'm Mandy.
Good afternoon, everyone, and happy holidays. I want to say thank you for coming, and I want to talk for a second about our OMI program. Today we're going to recognize a recent orientation and mobility immersion program which was conducted in home. The instructor was Angela Smith. Hi, Angela. An orientation and mobility immersion, like they mentioned in the video, is a one-week program designed for people who want to improve their independent travel skills, including the O&M training they need to qualify for a guide dog. The O&M immersion program provides a bridge for those who would like to partner with their guide dog and they have limited O&M services, which is surprising in this day and age, but I do want to throw it out there that there are a lot of states in this country that have very limited O&M programs. And let me tell you, saying O&M so many times gets really difficult, so I apologize. Today I want to thank Margaret Bachman of Baltimore, Maryland for coming to our program. Margaret wants to share her gratitude towards Guide Dogs for the Blind for the opportunity to learn and feel more comfortable for using her long cane, especially when she is not currently working a guide dog. So how about a round of applause for Margaret? So next, we're going to introduce the clients and their pooches. I know everybody's excited about that. I'm going to bring Kathleen up on stage. Here she is.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our graduation. So our first client, our guide dog client, is Mr. Greg Gauss from Golden, Colorado, and he is receiving his first guide dog, an affectionate male yellow lab named Denny. Greg is a retired software engineer and retired volunteer firefighter. He enjoys traveling with his wife in their RV. They end up being on the road for about 3 months per year, and he is really excited for his upcoming trip to the East Coast and visiting all of his relatives along the way.
Hello, everybody. I'm here today. Mostly, not mostly, but I guess the first people I would like to really thank for me being here today, which I might not be otherwise, is my wife Rachel, who's here with us today, my family and friends, who have all been very encouraging to me. You know, this is not an easy thing. It's not just something you decide to do without a lot of thought. And so a lot of these people were very supportive of me. And that, you know, and I don't think I'd be here today if it wasn't for all the support I got from them. I'd also like to thank but the instructional staff. I'd like to thank everybody for that, especially Kai, who was my instructor. She was so very supportive, and she really understood me, and she understood this dog, and she really was a conduit between the two of us. She spoke the language of the dog, and she spoke my language, and she was our translator. And I got to understand the dog, and the dog got to understand me. And I felt more and more confident every day we went out on our routes. And you know, by the end, I couldn't believe what we had achieved in just 2 weeks. So I really appreciate everything Kai did, and she's also such a friendly person, and we got along great. Also, I want to thank, of course, my puppy raiser. He was not able to come today. His family. But I talked to him on the phone and had a very nice conversation with him, and I hope to see him in the future. He and his family raised a great dog here. I have some issues with balance, and and Denny here is so resilient that he's a perfect dog for me. He, you know, if I have any kind of a stumble or anything like that while I'm walking with Denny, he's just like, you're right back there. And he doesn't care, and he just moves right along. So and I understand that his resiliency is, a lot of it is because he grew up with a large family, and they went to a lot of like games, and I think he went to school with one of the daughters, and so he turned out to be just such a resilient guy. As you can tell, he's just laying there now, like, yeah. So yeah, I really, really appreciate the amount of time. You know, it takes over a year for a puppy raiser to raise one of these dogs, and then they have to let it go at the end, and the whole thing is just so much effort, and then you have to say goodbye to your dog at the end. So it's very. I just can't imagine doing that. So I'm really grateful. I'd also like to thank the kitchen staff. I think everybody here is going to mention that. The food was terrific. Every day was they fed us breakfast, lunch, dinner every day, and we never had the same meal twice. And it was international cuisine, and it was just terrific food, and made us feel like we got a home cooked meal every day, three square meals a day every day, home cooked meals. So that was terrific. Really helped us feel welcome and at home. I'd also like to thank the RAs who were basically here 24/7 to help us with anything we need. They were there to do any kind of an errand, or help with the dog, or help find something we lost in our room, whatever it was. They were just terrific. They really watched over us. And I think I would propose calling them not RAs, but more like a PA. They're more like a personal assistant, and they were really terrific. I'd also like to thank the nurses. The nurses basically trailed after us. I mean, us as visually impaired people are more likely than the average bear to run into a pole or have some kind of an accident. And the nurses are always there with a Band-Aid or an aspirin or whatever we would need to keep us going. And we really appreciated all their help. They also would help us with our dogs on routes, and they were just overall fantastic. I'd also, of course, like to thank all the donors. As mentioned earlier, without the donors, nobody here, we wouldn't be here. All of this is funded by the generous donors, both large donations and small. They all add up. So I'm so grateful to them to make this possible. I'd also like to thank my classmates. They were a terrific group of people, some of which have had guide dogs in the past and were very supportive, lots of tips and tricks for us newbies, and we had a really good time. They were terrific people, and they really felt like my family here while we were away from home, so I'm grateful to them. And I guess finally what I'd like to say is, I'd also like to thank all the volunteers. We have volunteers that drive us to and from the airport. We have volunteers that help serve the meals. And they're all just volunteering their time to help this operation be as smooth as possible. I'd like to say that I was actually here a year ago, and I was here to train with a dog, and the dog didn't really work out for me that well because, like I mentioned before, I have some balance issues, and that dog had some problems with dealing with my stumbling, and so it didn't work out. But GDB, went out of their way. Well, I mean, as long as you're willing to work, GDB is willing to support you. And they found this perfect dog. It took another year, but it was well worth the wait. And they found this perfect dog, which worked out terrific for me. And I would kind of like to just throw it out there that if there's anyone that is considering getting a guide dog and they think maybe they can't do it because they might have some other mobility issue, like they might have a support cane or their balance is off or anything, please don't consider yourself out, because GDB will help you out and so you can succeed. And I really appreciate that. I guess overall, I just want to thank everyone at GDB and all the people that I don't know and I never met that work at this organization. Anyone that's associated with GDB, I have my heartfelt thanks. Because I'm getting the most wonderful Christmas present that I ever received, and I appreciate it. I appreciate all of it. Thank you.
I have a letter from Denny's Puppy Raisers, but on the screen behind us are two photos of Denny. The left photo is Denny is lying on a wooden floor with both paws curled, which he has been doing up here on stage as well. He is wearing his green puppy jacket and calmly looks to the left of the camera. And then the right photo, Denny is sitting in a grassy field wearing his green puppy jacket. Two colorful hot air balloons are behind him. His raisers say, the Hop family felt blessed to be able to raise Denny in Cody, Wyoming. Denny was a wonderful puppy who blessed their lives. Unfortunately, the timing of the year and the weather between Cody and Portland prevent them from attending today. However, they are thrilled to learn the partnership between Greg and Denny, who are a wonderful match. The Hops are confident Denny will bless Greg's life even more than he has theirs. Raising Denny in a remote puppy club has had its challenges and unique experiences, which Denny thrived at. Denny is a natural at all things guide dog. He fit right in with the Hops' busy family and handled anything asked of him. Denny especially bonded with his special needs brother Luke and his middle school sister Kate. Denny enjoyed waiting for the school bus, even in the bitter cold and snow. He also spent time each week in school classrooms at the middle school. He was always eager to be with his people, and Denny loves to retrieve a ball and run in their yard. Denny has a unique way of laying where he tucks both his front paws under his legs when he is most relaxed. We are confident he will settle right into Greg's life and be an excellent partner. The Hops can't wait to hear about their adventures together.
All right, next we have Miss Leah Newland from Vancouver, BC, and she's receiving her first guide, a wiggly female yellow lab named Havila. Leah is a counselor and enjoys spending time with her family and friends and traveling overseas.
I'm already about to cry, so this is going to be rough. I'm sorry, and I'm very loud at laughing. So first, thank you to my family for getting me this far with as few pole encounters as they could manage. Not none, but few. And also to just everybody here at GDB, like it is unfathomable the amount that goes into just getting one dog to this graduation. Mine is very sniffy right now. But just, yeah, the amount of people that have so much heart and passion for not only us, but the dogs is incredible, and they're always there with comforting food, words, encouragement, and guidance for how to get us where we're going in the best and safest way possible so that we can thrive when we go home. You guys astound me. Super incredible experience that was an emotional roller coaster. Have a heel. All right, let's go to heel. Have a heel. There we go. Sit. Yes. To my classmates. Dory, you find sunshine in the darkness, but not only that, finding it, you bring it. To Greg, you really grounded me in this experience of getting our first dogs together, of the hardships of that and the excitement of that, and it's been wonderful getting to know you. To Dave, your wisdom has been so helpful, but also seeing that you've already followed a lot of my dreams with guide dogs in tow, it's so, so exciting. And to our friend, Kevin, you made me belly laugh so many times here, but also your empathy has just helped me heal and move at my own pace, and bless your heart. And then to my puppy raiser. This is the most wonderful dog, even though she is very distracted right now, but that's fair for graduation day. She is so well behaved and so joyful. She eats more food than the other dogs tend to, and I swear it's because she wags her tail so much. She's just burning calories every second of every day, and I really, truly think she got that from you, so thank you so much. The most exciting part of this, and I didn't realize, I expected it, but I didn't realize the emotional impact of it, has been being able to go to a mall at Christmas time and not notice how busy it was. And I didn't realize how much stress I carried in doing that activity previous to being able to do it with a dog in tow. And then the unexpected piece that I will have to get used to that's maybe a little less exciting is there's probably some dog saliva in my hair products today. But again, thank you to Fallon, and I'll hand it off to you.
I remember the first time I got to see Havla. I was standing right here on this stage at Oregon Fun Day, and as soon as I saw her being carried out, I couldn't even think about guessing her name anymore. I remember all I wanted to do was hold her, and when they finally handed her to me, I remember her squirming around so she could lick my nose, and I instantly fell in love with her. Havla was always the perfect puppy. She was always happy, and she would wag her tail so much her whole body would wiggle, even when I was just waking her up in the morning. She obviously loves her treats, but even more than that, she loved when I told her she did good. As Havla grew, I saw her becoming the perfect dog, and I knew she was going to be a perfect guide dog because it was just right for her, and it was what she wanted to do. It's been an honor for me to get to raise such an amazing dog. I got to experience everything with her for the first time and teach her when she was little, and while I was preparing Havla to be a guide dog, in just a year, she changed my life as well. I got to have Havla with me during a really important part of my life. I got her when I was graduating high school and starting college. She was the absolute best dog to have. She was always up for anything and ready to work. A quote that reminds me of her is from Winnie the Pooh. It says, "We didn't know we were making memories, we just knew we were having fun." And this reminds me of her because she is always having fun. I think this quote represents our experience so well and just sums it all up. She got to be there for my graduation, and now I'm so happy to be here for hers. I know she's grown now and she's ready to start working, but still, even now, I just see her as a little tiny puppy that I carried home. It feels like a full circle moment from when I first got Havla standing here and when she was carried out to me because she couldn't even walk yet, to now seeing her ready to be a guide dog. I'm so proud of her, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity to get to raise her. I can tell that Leia and Havla are a perfect match, and I'm so happy for both of them. I'm so happy to see Havla paired with someone so perfect for her. It's hard saying goodbye to the puppy I raised, but it's so much easier knowing that she's going to you, someone so perfect, and seeing you two together, it just makes me so happy. Thank you.
Right. Next up, we have Miss Dorianne Pollock from Sedona, Arizona, and she is receiving her third guide dog, a sweet female black lab golden cross named Katrina. Dory was recently certified as a life coach and is opening her own business. In her free time, she loves weaving and is currently working on her first project.
Hi, I have listened to all of my classmates, or most of my classmates, speak up here. They all say exactly what I would like to say, but they also sounded a little more prepared. I worked for 2 weeks trying to think of how best I can deliver my gratitude, and what I noticed when I stepped back is the ballet that was taking place. The orchestration, the choreograph, movements of everyone, from instructor to a client to the kitchen staff, everybody moved seamlessly to make our experience positive and to make sure we could leave campus knowing that we participated in the most beautiful ballet ever. I would love to thank my puppy raisers, and they aren't here today, but that has absolutely no reflection on the time, the commitment, and the love they gave to Katrina. It's evident in her personality. What they do, what puppy raisers do, and what my puppy raisers did was think ahead of themselves. They received a beautiful puppy and a curriculum, and they worked with other puppy raisers. Hopefully they were able to do that into a situation where they had all of their basic needs met and then came back to guide dogs for training. Giving up their puppy that they raised is the most selfless gift I can think of. They're giving the dog that they've given a year or more time and love and attention to, giving that dog to a stranger. Because what they're doing is a mission much greater than having a dog, raising a puppy. It's not to be discounted at all. We wouldn't be here if we didn't have every piece of guide dogs, including puppy raisers. I'm glad Greg mentioned the food. It was amazing. It was wonderful with an excellent chef. And I'll tell you, those peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, they were great. Whenever I wanted one, I had one. It was wonderful. Everyone was so accommodating in every way, and not just to me, but to all of us, and that made it even more special. So I thank all of you who make this possible for me, and Katrina will be coming home to other dogs in our house. We have Penny, Nickel, and Dime. And no, I am not changing Katrina's name. So I thank you all so very much. This ballet was magnificent. Thank you.
Okay, and last but not least, in our guide dog class, we have Mr. Dave Price from San Diego, California, and he is receiving his 4th guide, a large, snuggly male black lab named Fresno. Dave loves reading, traveling, and in the winter, he goes up and hits the slopes to enjoy some skiing as well.
You know, it's really tough to get up here and try and express how much these dogs mean. You know, I got my first dog more than 30 years ago, and he gave me, you know, the freedom, the independence to get back to my life. And these dogs are just truly, truly wonderful. So, you know, I would like to thank everyone associated with GDB. You know, the instructors did a wonderful job with this class. My fellow classmates, they were all just wonderful to be with. You know, the dorm staff, my dog and I are going to go on some very long walks to try and work off all the weight I gained from the meals here. And, you know, the folks who work in the kennels all the way around this place, it's phenomenal. I'd also like to thank the donors who do make this possible, these incredible dogs. And so, you know, again, these dogs are just truly wonderful, and, you know, I wouldn't be able to live my life without them. Thank you.
So we raised Fresno, and Janelle actually helped us raise Fresno. And I said I wasn't going to cry, but it's Dave's fault because he made me cry. A couple stories about Fresno. He's really too big to be a lap dog, but he doesn't know that. And he really likes to be a lap dog, and I'm really happy to hear that Dave likes having him in his lap too. So he'll be very happy. But the funniest story that I can remember with Fresno, I took him to a movie with a friend, and he was maybe 5 or 6 months old, and he was very good. He laid down in front of us, and we got towards the end of the movie, and he'd been great. But I think he liked the way the woman in front of us smelled, because finally at one point he jumped up and licked her on the ear. Fortunately, she was a dog person, and she thought it was funny, so we didn't get in trouble. But he loves everybody.
Yes, this was just an amazing experience, and he's a delightful dog, and I'm glad he's going to a really good home.
I'm Janelle, and I finished Fresno for them. There's a lot of good dogs out there, but there's other dogs that just have a tad more something that makes them extra great and extra special. And Fresno is one of those dogs. And I wish you guys the best of luck.
Perfect. Congratulations, guide dog class of 531. And next up, I'll pass the mic back to Candace.
Thank you. I really just wanted to take a moment to just do a special thank you. I have done a fair number of classes, and this class has been so enjoyable. So Greg, Leah, Dory, Dave, thank you so much for being an awesome class, and I really want to thank the instructors. Kai was not able to be with us here today. Dave mentioned her, and she's fantastic. I've got Mandy, who's been wonderful helping me, and then Kathleen and Savannah, so thank you. I really want to thank this class. This has been wonderful. Now, go ahead. Very last thing, I'm going to pass it over to Mandy, and she's going to talk about our demonstration.
Okay, first I'm going to get this chair out. Oh, good. First I'm going to ask Candace to get this chair out. Thank you, Candace. It's our hidden prop. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're going to have a demonstration of a training technique. So during our training, the dogs are introduced to a clicker, which you're going to hear repeatedly here in a second. And a clicker is a really clear way of communicating with a dog. It works more clearly than just food or just praise. So the dogs quickly learn that. They learn it in under like 5 minutes, actually, that when they hear a click, it means food's coming, and they like that. They are very willing to do whatever it takes to repeat the behavior that caused the click and brought food to their mouth. So you can see Savannah is running through. This is qualified instructor Savannah and her guide dog in training, male yellow Labrador Starsky. And they are running through just an obedience sequence. So Savannah is asking Starsky to do some behaviors like sit and down, and she's doing some collar yielding exercises. So she puts a little bit of pressure on the dog's collar in that direction, and the dog moves in that direction. And when he does that, she clicks and feeds him. And you could see sometimes he was offering the behavior before she even asked, because he knows the click means food. So this becomes really handy when we're doing things like teaching dogs to stop at curbs or any sort of obedience, because the dogs learn very quickly when they hear the click, they've done something good. And we want them to do it again. So one of the really cool ways that we can teach them is to target destinations. So if you think like the audible pedestrian signal pole when you're crossing streets, or even finding a chair in a dining hall. So right now, Savannah and Starsky Savannah is teaching Starsky that she would like him to show her this bench that's up here on the stage. And Starsky, she does that by first having him touch her hand and then putting the hand on the chair. He knows the hand is something that he touches with his nose, and she uses that to teach him, we're actually going to touch this and go to this chair now, bench chair. And Starsky is very into it. His tail is wagging. He is jumping back into place. And she is slowly adding distance to her ask. And eventually, this means that she could probably go, all the way across the room. She could, and he would still know we're headed for that bench. And you can use this technique to target all sorts of different things. Starsky's very excited. He's pulling her. He is ready to go. He's like, I know bench. We are doing it. And this is, the anticipation, the enthusiasm. That's what we're looking for in these dogs. That's what makes working with a guide dog so amazing, is they know they can take you to the bench in the way that a cane cannot. You think you could go, how far are you going to go back, Savannah? Pretty far, she says. She's over at the edge of the stage, and there's Starsky. He's pulling. He's like, let's go, lady. And he, yay. And often the last thing we'll do is we'll sit on the bench so they understand. That is the end behavior. We're looking for a place to sit down. And Starsky's very happy. His tail is wagging. He's done a good job. Good boy, Starsky. And this is really useful for our clients. They can use it in all sorts of different applications, from finding like specific doors to, like I said, the audible pedestrian signal poles, to places to sit down in a dining hall, and it's great. It's a very useful technique. Thank you, Savannah. Thank you, Starsky. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. That is the end of our graduation ceremony. Congratulations to the class again. If anyone is interested in volunteering or joining our staff, or know anyone that would benefit from our services, please visit our website, guidedogs.com. If you would like to make a donation to support our mission, you can text to donate you can text the word partnerships to 50155, and that will be the end of our live stream. Thank you, viewers at home.